Okay, welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Original versus Remake. We just finished the mayor floor, I think? Mayor floor? Mayor floor, yep, that was the mayor floor, and we are now to the floor above it. There are just a few floors that are a series of puzzles. In the original, the mayor has given us access all the way up to the 65th floor, and so we're allowed to skip these floors if we want, or we can do the optional puzzles. I just have one more note that I forgot to mention before about hard difficulty level. Apparently, I was looking at the achievements, and there is a hard difficulty mode in Final Fantasy VII Remake. And my guess is that it unlocks, if you beat the game on normal, it will unlock hard difficulty. And I actually don't agree with it. I totally understand why they do this. From a development perspective, it creates a tax on every combat designer. They have to design an enemy for normal and for hard mode. That's like a 10% tax on everything that designer has to do. From a player's perspective, you're getting most of the same content just all over again. It's, I don't know, it's the same sort of thing as missions, right? Like it just is a replay value sort of thing. A very small amount of additional work that the development has to do in order to create a large amount of player replay that's not actually new content. It's just like repackaging old content. So I don't see a lot of the player value there, except for in the small subset of players that really want the challenge. So for those players, I guess it makes sense, but Final Fantasy is not like a combat sort of game, right? It's very casual. I don't really see the fighting game audience. You know, when I say fighting game, I mean like the God of War and Spider-Man sort of audience that like really intricate combat in games, playing Final Fantasy VII for that. Nobody goes, oh, Final Fantasy VII, that's sure to have good combat, I'm gonna pick it up and try and play it. So they put it in there because they want to capture that argument, that audience. I see that argument, but I probably would have fought lightly against if I were on that team. But it's not so bad. I'll take it. I'll probably play it. Yeah, I'm gonna platinum this game, which means I'm gonna do it. I'll do it. Anyway, so let's get started here. This is a little mini puzzle. The idea of the puzzle is, oh, and look at as you walk in this room. It opens that thing. See that? That is like a signal that it's a dynamic environment object, which is a clue. That's actually a clue. So verifying key card. Let's explain how this works. I can open 3 doors. Okay, and refrain from entering the ducts, which are dynamic objects. So I happen to remember. You can solve this puzzle by just looking at the screen and using logic, and you can reset the doors a few times. So it's not a terribly difficult puzzle. And this is the solution right here. You grab this one, then you hop in the vent. I'm just gonna do it real quick so we see what it looks like. It looks like they got rid of this entire puzzle. So I'm really just showing off. I don't think at this point that this puzzle will be in the remake, or any of the puzzle. We already went past the Midgar model puzzle, and there was no puzzle there in the new one. And then here's my third door. Open the door, yes. See coupon, then I pop back in the vents. There we go. And now we can leave and redeem our coupons. If you have to open any more doors than 3, then you can't redeem the coupons. If you have to reset the doors, then you can't redeem the coupons. So this is the only way to do it. Alright. Oh god, not all clear. Coupon change. I don't want to do that again. I almost said all clear, and then I would have had to do that again. And yep, so it tells you what. So this is like, if I only collected 2 coupons, then I have to accept that I'm only going to get these weapons, but that's fine. I'm going to get all 3 of them. And coupon exchange complete. So I got all this stuff. So let's put it on. 4 slot, as you can see. Oh, wait. Oh, it's an armor? Yeah, 4 slots is an armor. Yes. Wait, who doesn't have... So okay, nobody has any connected materia on their armor, so I can actually, I don't really need the materia slots right now. So I'm just going to equip the all materia, and we're going to equip it on, whoops. This is what I really wish we had in the remake. Restore all, and then we will lightning all. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do lightning elemental, restore all, and then we'll put the cover back on Cloud. Great. Great. Let's get out of here. So that was floor 63. We'll go up to 64 now, which we have the key card for. And this is the exercise floor, another completely optional floor. Are we gonna have an exercise floor in the remake? I don't know. You can get on the treadmill here. Hello, treadmill? 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 I know you can get on the treadmill. Maybe you can't get on the treadmill? Hello, treadmill? I could have sworn... Okay, there we go. This is so stupid. And then if you press X, you run on the treadmill. Otherwise, you walk. I think that's great. It's a nice little detail. Oh no! It goes for a set amount of time and I can't get off until it's done. Oh, why did I do that? That was silly of me. Anyway, you can exercise here. There are some beds right there. There's a save point. You can sleep in the beds to restore your health. And then one other thing that we will do is look in the, there are lockers up there. Okay, no, quit soon. Yes, definitely quit. Okay, I don't want to choose the wrong thing there. Alright. Cool, here we have some lockers. Locked. What is this? A megaphone? Hanging on to that won't do any good. So that is actually Ketsy's, which is a character later in the game, his ultimate weapon. You can come back here much later in the game and get his ultimate weapon. So this is interesting to me because, and there's a Phoenix down. There's a, if you were making the entire game at the same time as they did in the 90s, you can do this sort of thing. You can say a megaphone, and then much later players remember that there was a megaphone there and they come back to get it. If you were making the game in episodes like they're doing in, what year is it, 2020, you can't really do that anymore, right? Like, I mean, you can. They can put a megaphone here. But they have no idea what their constraints are going to be. Like, God, how long is it going to be between now and when they start really... Like, Final Fantasy 15, they released the first episode so long ago, and they're still releasing content. I think they're just now wrapping it up or something. I haven't really kept track, but, like, it's been a long time. It's been, like, 8 years, something like that. It is much more difficult for a production team to do this sort of thing. I would be very surprised if we see things in previous episodes that you have to come back to get in a later episode. Why would they do that? They can have things where in a later episode you go back to the place where you were and you find that thing. There's something there. But teasing it in an earlier episode, if you do that, then you commit to the later episode and the earlier episode having a connection. And that's a drain on the later episode development team. You're basically making a commitment to a different product that's going to be released years in the future. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Making games is hard enough if you're releasing discrete episodes like this. So my guess is each episode is going to be a lot more self-contained, and you're not going to get things like this where there are payoffs in much later episodes. Alright, that's my speech on the megaphone. Let's visit the bathroom. Oh wait, no, this isn't the floor that you visit. So this is the entire floor. not gonna bother saving because we are up on floor 65 now. Oh my god, I didn't start the 10-minute time, the 20-minute timer. Let's see, when did we start this? How long ago did we start this? It's been about 15 minutes. I'm sorry, it's been about 5 minutes. So we're gonna say 12-minute timer.
Your timer is set for 12 minutes.
I don't know how long I was talking there. Okay. I happen to know the order of this. It's, no, I don't know the order of this. Is it this one first? Oh, it's that one first. Alright. I didn't incredibly remember the order of this. So this is just another puzzle. This is a now inaccurate model of Midgar. You just have to go to the chest. They open in a particular order. The order is always the same every game. So it's going to be one of these two now, I think. This one? Yeah. And it's really the simplest puzzle. This is what I was saying. Like, we saw this same model of Midgar in the later one, but they got rid of the puzzle, which I definitely agree with. It's kind of a bummer of a puzzle. And now we get to fight these guys. Let's go. Just gonna hold the button down while I drink some water. This puzzle is 100% busy work. Entirely not worth bringing into the new, oh my god, maybe I shouldn't do that. This guy just disappeared, where did he go? Come on, bat guy. Come on, bat guy. Should I just run from this battle? Okay, no, there he is. Is that just to make sure that I'm paying attention? Tifa got a nice chunk taken out over there. Okay, what was I even doing? Like, this is part of the problem with this puzzle. Like, what were they doing? It's not an interesting puzzle. There's nobody ever plays this puzzle and they're like, yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. Sounds like something opened up. You get the sounds like something opened up message 5 times in a row. Okay, now we get this one. Then we're gonna get that one on the bottom left, and then there will be one on the top right, and then we'll be done. Very good. This is so monotonous and boring, I don't even have anything to talk about. So we're just gonna burn through this quick as we can. Pretty brainless. And if you've never played this game before, then you... no, it's up there. Then you have to go... Like, if you haven't memorized the order like I have, then you have to go to every chest. Like, you don't know that it alternates like that. You have to go to every chest every time. And you just get in battles. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. Alright, but that's it. Oops. So the last chest will have the key card for the next floor. Key card 66. Yes. And this is where the interesting things start to happen. Alright, so this is the meeting room floor. And we are going to hop into the... We want to listen into that meeting room, so we're going to hop into the toilet. We can flush the toilet. There's some toilet humor there. Or we can climb up. I ask you, how is Cloud going to open this vent if he's hanging from it? He figured it out somehow. I don't know. I don't know what to say. So we crawl around some vents Gordon Freeman style. And now we get to listen to a little cutscene here. Jeez, that's a lot of suits. Reminder to my dear viewer is that I do all the voices here. Cloud is Keanu Reeves. Barrett is Alabama. Tifa is actor trying too hard to emote. And Eris is Valley Girl. And everyone else is just a normal voice. We have the damage estimates for Sector 7. Considering these factories we already set up and all the investments, the damage is estimated at approximately 10 billion gil. The estimated cost to rebuild Sector 7 is... We're not rebuilding. Oh wait, President Shinra is a British, I think. What? We are leaving Sector 7 as it is, and restarting the Neo Midgar plan. Neo Midgar must be that, in the remake, that white version of Midgar. Then the Ancients? The Promised Land will soon be ours. I want you to raise the Mako rates 15% in every area. Rate hike, tra-la-la! Oh my god, he said tra-la-la. And please include our space program in the budget. Reeve and Scarlet will divide the extra income from the rate increase. Oh man. Comically bad villain. Sir, if you raise the rates, then the people will lose confidence. It will be alright. The ignorant citizens won't lose confidence. They'll trust Shinra Incorporated even more. Ha ha ha! After all, we're the ones who saved Sector 7 from Avalanche. That dirty son of a bitch. Oh, I forgot to do this. I always forget. Hojo, how's the girl? Let's see. Voice for Hojo. As a specimen, she is inferior to her mother. I'm still in the process of comparing her to her mother Ifalna, but for now the difference is 18%. How long until the research will the research take? Probably 120 years. It's probably impossible to finish in our lifetime. Or in the lifetime of the specimen too, for that matter. That's why we're thinking of breeding her, then we could create one that could withstand our research for a long time. What about the Promised Land? Won't it hinder our plans? That's what I need to plan. The mother is strong, yet has her weaknesses. That concludes our meeting of evil. Something stinks. Okay, so a thing I forgot to mention is the reason you know to go open the bathroom and climb up the go into the bathroom is because if you wander around the floor and talk to everybody, they keep talking about how there's a smell in the conference room. And that maybe someone should clean the bathrooms, and they keep talking about the bathrooms. And so you go in there and you press buttons until you find the whole toilet thing. They were talking about Eris, right? I don't know. Probably. Let's follow him. Alright. Okay. So 66 is all we have access to, but... Oh. Hojo, huh? Cloud's always clueless. Keanu Reeves is perfect for him. Alright, we follow Hojo up to 67. He leaves the door open behind him. I remember him! That Hojo guy, he's in charge of the Shinra Science Department. Cloud, don't you know him? This is the first time I've ever actually seen him. So that's what he looks like. Okay, good thing he left the door open. There's nothing to see if I go that way up, so I'm just gonna go right past it. What? Let's go and hide behind this box right here. Nobody will ever see me. Is this today? Oh, this is Hojo? Is this today's specimen? Oh no, that was the guy. Yes, we're starting right away. Raise it to the upper level. The guy just looked directly at Cloud and didn't see him. My precious specimen. My precious. How did Hojo not see Cloud there? Alright. What do we got? A minute left. Precious specimen? Is it going to be used for a biological experiment? Genova. Intense. Genova. Sephiroth's. So they brought it here. Cloud, be strong. Did you see it? See what? It's moving. Still alive. Where the hell is its head? This whole thing's stupid. Let's keep going. You're like, no, Barrett, you don't understand how not stupid that is. Some of the most powerful choices that they made in this, we're definitely going to save that limit break, that they made in the original, is to, when not to include and not include different music tracks in battles. And after coming across something so disconcerting as Hojo, oh man, it's immune to lightning? That's weird. The choice not to have any music in the next battle is, or on any battles in this floor, is really, it's a good choice. It's a good choice that I like. Alright, here we go. So let's hop on over here. Pick up this poison materia. Equip the star pendant. Save the game. Press F1. And our 20 minutes are up, so we're going to head on over to the PlayStation. Here we go. Plugging in an HDMI cable is hard.
Isn't it?
I again forgot to charge the controller. It's probably fine. All right. Let's go, Michelle. So we played another few floors. They were basically empty puzzle floors. There was almost no content in the entire thing. We then saw a meeting with the board of directors, which, I don't know, 50-50 whether they're going to see the meeting here. There's a little bit, but not much content covered in that meeting that they haven't covered in other ways by sending us through the museum. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just skipped the meeting. Also, it has Cloud crawling through vents and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a significant redo in how they approach the meeting, especially because you see Hojo right here is talking about the Promised Land already, and they're not in the meeting. And then after that, we went to the laboratory where we learned about Sephiroth's mother, Genova, for the first time. Cloud had a hissy fit. Cloud's doing his thing again. And that's where I expect the story to start turning pretty strongly from the original. So, you coming?
I'm coming. Keep talking.
I'm talking to stall for time while you're coming.
I'm waiting for you to finish your talk.
No, I'm talking so that I give you time to come. Michelle. Oh my gosh, she has a thing. She has a thing, people.
Okay. Water.
All right, so then we're gonna try to play. I think up until the point, let's say right after we get introduced to Genova, if there's a good stopping point that's kind of equivalent there, we'll stop playing at that point. It might not map one-to-one though, so it might be interesting. We'll see. Cutscene, go.
About this precious promised land of yours.
Oh,
Oh,
Paris.
look at
So
that
now,
face.
Aerith, you misunderstand my intention.
She's defiant.
I wish only to satisfy their material greed, so I can be left to pursue my great work. Our great work, my dear. You're the spitting image of her now. I regret it to this day. If she had only trusted me instead of trying to run, it could have played out quite differently. What a terrible tragedy to lose the last of the pure-blooded ancients. Though not completely. Would you like to...
I think that is the first.
Her mother.
Yeah, he's talking about her mother, obviously, and now, and he said that her mother was the last of the pure-blooded ancients, which is the hint that, thank you, that her father was not an ancient.
See your mother,
Like Harry Potter.
albeit
Yes,
through the lens
sort
of
of.
one of my microscopes. Did you really think we'd leave such a precious specimen to rot in the gutter? We collected and cataloged every last bit of her. Hair, skin, organs, every fragment of every bone. As breathtaking in death as in life. As you, my dear. Ifalna was elegance, right down to her cellular structure.
Eris's mother's name is Ifalna.
And there it is, that same elegance.
Be fine.
Oh, yes. Time for yet another meeting.
I assume that the flaps, flaps is a term for how the lips move in animation.
Oh.
I assume that the flaps were different in the Japanese version than the English version, because here they're very closely tied to what the character is saying. So they must have redone the flaps for English
Oh, yeah.
than for the original Japanese, which means that they must have put a lot of, like, they know where their audience is the English audience, and so they put a lot of effort into I mean, that's not easy to, like, so either somebody has to reanimate all those flaps, or there's a ton of work, or you have to build a lot of technology to do that.
Yeah, I
So they
noticed
put a lot of
that.
effort into that.
Yeah, I noticed that when who was talking, Barry was talking. Yeah.
It's honest. Well, in some scenes it's kind of bad, but in most scenes here, it ends up being pretty good.
Sit tight. I won't be long.
Oh God. Don't show your weakness, Eris.
Here's the 63rd floor, where loyal Shinra employees
Hey,
relax and
okay.
recharge.
It's pretty late, but I bet people are still here dealing with the aftermath of Sector 7.
It's their own damn fault.
Stay focused. We need to find this guy.
Yeah. Guess I better get working on my conversation
Avalanche
skills.
must have used some heavy-duty explosives to do that kind of damage.
Fires raged all night. You can still smell it in the air.
Heavy-duty explosives to do that kind of damage.
Most roads are choked with debris, and travel throughout the Undercity remains extremely difficult and dangerous. Over there is a group of local residents transporting their few belongings.
That's it? No gym? No. Oh, okay, there's a door here. Let's go.
Homes and businesses remain buried beneath the rubble. We're told fires raged all night. Still smell.
What?
They look busy.
Plate did just fall.
What kind of particulates in the air?
Nobody's looking
Seeing
this
them
way.
like this somehow makes me feel a little bit better.
Support is getting overwhelmed by calls. We'll have to resort to AI operators.
Let's find our contact.
Not seeing any security around. One less thing to worry about.
Okay, our contact is somewhere in there. Oh, it's on my mini-map. Well, let's cruise around a different, let's go the other direction real quick. Just to see whether there's any music and potions that we can... Oh, hey, look at this. Okay, hold on, I'll return to that
Where
real...
are you, Mr. Collaborator?
Oh.
I think we just need to start talking.
Game wants me to look at
Look
this
the
tree.
part.
Remember, say mayor.
If they say the best, then we have a winner.
So this is definitely a copy of an area that was in the original. There was a guy wandering around. It was a lower floor than the mayor, but has a really interesting centerpiece. Oh, hey, look at that.
there. So, what'll it be for you today?
You don't look suspicious at all.
Mayo?
Want some food?
Sorry, we don't have any here.
Mayo? He said mayor.
Yeah, she misinterpreted. You know, that pun actually probably also works in Japanese, because mayo and mayor are possibly both transliterations of English words. They use a lot of English words, and so maybe some puns would work. All right, it's a pretty environment, but security's not going to get on my case for kicking chairs over. Actually, I'm gonna go back and look at what I wanted to look at before. Hello, let me in. Hello, hello, let me in. Hello, no. Okay, I can't go in there. Can I go in here? Hello, let me in. All right, guess I can't go in there. Instead, we're gonna pop up here.
Combat sim. You can use it to train for battle in a virtual space.
This
Oh my
training in
God.
that thing really make you better.
Cloud doesn't answer.
Anywhere in Midgar still safe? Doesn't feel like it.
What I wouldn't give to sleep in a bed.
It's a jukebox. Scarlet's theme obtained. Wait, that's a thing?
fireworks to light up your night sky. In a flash, life and love can go right.
Yeah.
Let me take you higher.
This is definitely an original. I guess after a certain number, like, all of these are originals down here. Okay, I don't think Scarlet's theme was in the original, but I like it. It's jazzy. I will sit on this bench and recover my MP that I haven't spent. Yeah, map is over. Okay, let's see whether there's anybody to talk to here. No.
Welcome. What would you like?
It doesn't. It doesn't try that pun again. Who are you?
You're military, right? Can you give me any tips for doing better in the sim?
The mayor.
Mayor? I need to be tough like a horse?
Yes.
You work here? I don't recognize you. Can I help you with something?
The mayor.
Is the best. I was told to expect you. Need access to upper floors, right?
That's right.
Before I trust you with this key card, I need to see what you can actually do.
Oh, give me a...
Say what?
Give me a break. The new OST is 7 discs, I'm told.
We're putting our lives on the line here. Prove you're worth it. We have a
Worth every
state-of-the-art
dollar
combat
of the
simulator.
80.
It can provide a real challenge, let me tell you. If you beat the sim, then the key card is all yours.
I'm just gonna look on Apple Music real quick to see whether it's here. Apple Music? iTunes Store? Yeah. Final Fantasy Fantasy Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Wow, like a bunch of different oh, these are books. Albums. No, I don't see anything official off the top of my head here, or on a cursory search. But I will definitely look and see whether I can buy it later.
You're gonna call it quits?
Oh, oops. Okay, I have to go inside. Okay, so this is like arbitrary fight. Whatever, I'll do your silly fight. I've said it before in these videos, and I'll say it again. The Shinra Tower is going to turn into another mission hub. We're going to get more missions, and I think I just got the first one. A 3-person team battle in which you pick your team. Show who's really the best by taking on powerful foes. So we're going to get 2 additional characters in our party soon, and that's probably when the missions are going to start in earnest. Items cannot be used. Rounds 1, team members 3. Cool, well, let's do it. Yeah, we'll do it on easy. Select team leader. Select teammate 2, teammate 3, begin challenge. Yeah, see, like, we're gonna be able to do these after we rescue Eris. We're probably gonna still be here. And then we're gonna be able to do them some more. And I'm not gonna spoil anything for Michelle. Alright, here we go. Let's just kill these guys. Mission hub.
Take the lead.
Yeah, well. Thank you. No. Not push. Thank you. Good. Oh man, he just left.
Hang back.
Oh, come on. No. Oh, I'm mixing all the buttons up.
You got this.
Let me. There. Now's our chance.
Leave it to me.
Okay. This guy's picked with 2.
Finish him off.
I've got this.
No. The staggered guy. Run to him.
Finish it.
Kill him. You switch to a guy and you want him to kill the staggered guy, and he's like way across the map. Oops, let's do this instead.
Taking over.
That should do it.
Good job.
Whatever, man. Let's go.
3-person team versus Mayor is best. Alright, good. Rank 3? Oh, so it graded me. Oh, they're going for the replay value. So here you go. Chat asks, have I found an explanation for the sudden flash when Aerith was rescuing Marlene? No. There's been no hint for why that happened. And she also got like a suddenly calm face? I didn't get that at all. And like, it didn't relate to anything else that was happening. Maybe it was intended to be like Sephiroth is starting to affect her the same way it's affecting Cloud. They haven't talked about it at all. Alright, so this is they're going all in on this replay mechanic. I got a rank 3 out of 5 doing that challenge. Okay, so they're doing this thing where I get more stars, and then like stars are a currency now. You know, if I do better, then I unlock stars, and then with more stars, then I can get something else. And like there's maybe like a storefront where you can spend your stars, or if you collect. Or if you like get enough stars and you unlock more missions, and that's definitely what they're doing here. I don't know why I got 3 stars and not any other number, like what I could have done better. I don't know how it's grading me, but okay.
All right, I've seen enough. I'm a man of my word. Here, this key card will grant you access to the 64th floor. You can use the elevator to get there. Once you're up there, just what is it you plan on doing?
We came to get one of our friends.
No.
She's being held in a research lab somewhere.
A lab? Then she must be with Professor Hojo. It won't be easy to get to her. Access to R&D is limited to authorized personnel only.
We'll find a way in. Know where we can find Hojo.
My sword isn't authorized
personnel. Board meeting is scheduled to start soon. It's being held in the main conference room. President Shinra, Professor Hojo, and the other directors will be in attendance.
Think they like surprises? We can even take the president as a hostage. Think of the leverage.
Try it, and security will be on your asses in seconds.
We need to find out what they're planning.
So you want to spy in their meeting? I have an idea.
Oh, he just tells you?
Restroom. You can climb into the air ducts there. They go all the way to the conference room.
Thanks for the tip.
Air ducts. Okay, yep, there it is. It's giving me more stuff. Items cannot be used, but HP and MP are slightly restored. Not entirely restored, but there is a bench over there that I can rest on. So I don't know why they wouldn't just entirely restore my health. But there's a bench right there.
But you need to take time to sit on that bench, right?
But it's free to walk over there, and so it just takes 10 seconds to go and then come back.
Is there always a bench?
Yeah, there's a bench. Like, look, I just sat on it. See the bench?
Oh, I mean during the fight.
No, not during the fight. But it's saying that between fights, my HP is slightly restored. But I'm like, then they also, the level designer overrided the systems designer that designed this guy.
How many MP do you have now? Health in? Can you see that?
Oh yeah, look at this. I didn't recover any health from that fight. You do steadily regain MP during, you know. Oh wait, no, this is my XP bar. Okay, but I did lose a little bit of HP in that fight, and I didn't get it all back. All right, well.
If you sit on the bench right now.
Yeah, of course. No. Oh my God. Nobody saw that, right?
What?
No, I had trouble sitting on a bench. Sitting on a bench is hard. Okay, with my big butt. bat. You said bat.
Yeah, it's a needle bat.
Nail bat.
Nail bat.
Cloud?
Huh?
You're Cloud, right?
No. No.
Holy shit! It's cool, bro. We went through training together. Damn. So you're still alive and kicking, huh? Some of the guys heard you got smoked. But I told them it was all bullshit. Hey, sit tight, man.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go get Kunzel.
Kunzel did not appear in Final Fantasy VII, the original. He appeared in the PSP it was a prequel. Okay, it was like a story about a character you haven't met yet.
Okay.
And Cloud appeared in that story, and Kunzel was like Cloud's friend in that story.
Also soldier.
And also part of Shinra. Oh. It was about their time in Shinra, way before this story took place. It was like 5-6 years before this story took place. And Kunzel was in that game, but not in the original, and he just made an appearance here. I love this. This is so cool. That was a very nice throwback to people who've played Crisis Core. And of course, Cloud's freaking out now because...
Yeah.
But you were just...
I'm good. Let's keep moving.
You're sure you don't need to sit on the bench?
Yeah, I might have to go back and sit on the bench now. Those two guys freaked me out. Okay. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, we have to take the elevators. Elevators. In the original, they would have been here. Elevators.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
I'm so mad I can't find the elevator. I'm trying to find the door back to the, oh, here we go. Why don't I just look at the map?
What?
Reconnaissance? Okay, we'll go where the map wants me to go. Hello? Here I am. Here I am, map.
This is terrible.
What on earth? Oh, it wanted me to look at the
Today we welcome
screen.
a special guest, Shinra's director.
It didn't
of
tell me
Public
to look at the
Security,
screen.
Who has an important message to share with us.
Everyone here at Shinra is deeply saddened and outraged by this unconscionable act of terrorism. But at the same time, we will not be cowed.
Listen, if you're working for a guy who talks like that, everyone at Shinra is saddened by this unconscionable use of violence. It's like, man, maybe you work for the bad guy. Like, if I went to work and that guy was my boss, I'd be like, just take it down a notch or two, bro.
Threats or violence.
People are gonna get the wrong idea.
I make this vow. We will find the villains responsible and bring them to justice. Are you listening, Avalanche? You cowardly dogs. Run all you like. Shinra is coming.
Do you think the other plates are in danger? Is it true that Wutai is gonna attack us again?
We should be safe here, right?
I wonder how the rescue ops are going.
This kind of thing isn't supposed to happen. I thought the war was over.
Do you think the other plates are in danger?
I did the reconnaissance.
Wutai's gonna attack us again?
We should be safe here.
Alright, I don't know what's going on there. Alright, let's find the elevators. Maybe they are closer to here. There's a shop. There's a... When we...
You're gonna train in the sim at a time like this?
No. I mean, we're obviously supposed to go to... This stupid chair. We're obviously supposed to come down here because that's what the cutscene showed. Like the, you know, when Cloud found his little friend. So we're supposed to come back this way. Let's just hop back over here. Maybe... Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's the elevator.
The narrative is intact.
Rock solid. The people have embraced the Wutai Avalanche conspiracy wholeheartedly. I've almost come to believe it myself. Wutai's response? So far, nothing. And if those cowards do react, all the better for us and our story.
Very well. Then we shall stay the course.
If I may, sir, there was one other matter.
Oh?
A message from our man Palmer.
Okay. Tiny bit of story development. Nothing too major.
Damn it. Yeah, I know. We came here to save Barry. That's our first priority.
Nothing interesting here.
We only get one chance. Hojo should be at that board meeting, so that'll buy us some time. We need to plan this just right.
So, in the original, you're sneaking around in the Shinra building, and you manage to you know, sneak in on their board meeting. Come on, you're sneaking around the building. Security is never called. I can go to this executive suite. Interesting. Security is never called, and they never give an explanation for why. Because you fight a bunch of people on the way in, right? This whole Mayor Domino is suppressing security for you while you wander around the building and keeping you safe is like, it's really tight, right? Like it ties up that loophole really well. I like it. Let's pop by the executive suite real quick, which we won't be able to access. Okay, fine. If I had a hand in designing this keycard system in the original set of museums that we visited last video, I probably would have only have given you a card to the next floor and then said, you have to visit the museum, but the museum will give you the card for the next floor, and so on and so on. Just a slight rephrasing and wording, but to make it clear that there's some kind of progression, how you have to go to one floor to get to the next floor and this sort of thing. Okay, we could have just walked up here, I guess, but we took the elevator, so that's fine.
Do you think that's where Professor Hojo is?
Where he should be.
I'm gonna be bold here.
Can I help you? An important meeting is in session.
What's the plan?
Little bit of recon. Need to find a way to infiltrate that room.
Okay.
You hear the words coming out of your mouth. We just gotta find that bathroom so we can get into the air duct. Ask anyone here. They can point us in the right direction.
No thanks. We can find it on our own.
What's your problem, Cloud? Men never want to ask for directions. Come on, let's just pull over and ask somebody. They'll tell us exactly where it is.
Didn't have the staff.
That guy's on the phone.
Hard to sleep when you don't know.
Everybody's busy.
Busy. No treasure chest in here, nothing to steal.
Yeah, ask this guy.
You guys private security or something?
That's right. Why can I talk to this guy?
Hanging out here on the clock? You guys private security or something?
Did you see Sector 7? I can't bring this.
Maybe he has a stronger role later. We're talking about Sector 7.
I don't recognize you. What department did you say you were from?
The department I'm smashing you in the face!
Yes, what is it?
Oh wait, this guy looks exactly like the guy from the train, remember?
Similar, not exactly.
Pretty similar. Alright, well, let's just follow the mini-map now. The bathrooms in the same place.
I'll wait out here.
No.
Huh? You can't hang out here.
Tifa, it'd be better if you waited inside.
Maybe, but this is...
It's the police room.
Never mind. You're right.
That's like, it doesn't really matter, but that's like, so in the original, you can walk into any bathroom in the game, And everyone, like, you know how you have a party and they just get slurped into your party and they disappear, like walk into each other?
Oh.
And then that implies that everybody walks into the bathroom together and they never talk about it, right? And so they did talk about it here. Those little details really help the world feel concrete. Instead of just Tifa walking into the men's bathroom without a word, like that's not a weird thing to do.
Thank God. No one's in here.
Yeah, because that would have made it weirder.
The ones down below look like.
Come on. Let's just find that duct.
I love how they decided to break into the Shinra tower, and they didn't even bother to try to, like, dress up as a Shinra employee or anything.
Gotcha.
Okay, so they just reused the grappling hook mechanism for the air duct. Pretty clever. I mean, we just spent like half an hour training it not too long ago.
Look, I'm
on guard duty.
Right.
So
he's like, I really don't want to go up there.
I don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
Yeah, sure. Just follow behind.
Strong guy. Good at pull-ups, I guess. Does R2 make me go faster? No. There's a certain degree of making this game where the original dictates what you have to do in the remake. Like, it's hard to cut stuff, right? The scope of the game is pretty fixed. If I'm the development director of the game, that's gonna make me scared. Because I'm not, if I need to cut something, hello, can I go? I don't have many options because I at the very least have to maintain, oh man, that was a bad idea. I just wanted to see I thought there would be a treasure chest there or something. I'm pretty much not allowed to cut any of the elements from the original game that players expect. Yeah. I was saying before I should have taken off the bat, the nail bat, from my inventory for these cutscenes.
I'm sure they're safe.
You're like, are you private security?
And I keep calling and calling, but I still can't get through.
I heard that all the phone lines are down. It doesn't mean anything.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Tifa's not gonna like that.
Why?
Because she already has somebody aggressive about what they're doing, right? Okay. Oh, okay, back. Yeah, she sees that sort of thing and it makes it even worse for her, right? There's a good deal more gray
Depending
area.
on the board's decision, we may start two projects
remake.
simultaneously, rebuilding the plate and the city. Members of the Urban Planning Division will likely take point on both. Director Tuesti has ordered teams to come up with 3, 5, and 10-year plans. Each team needs to come up with a detailed proposal and schedule. We're going to have to put a lot of man-hours into this, so we'll need to start ASAP. Does anyone have any questions at all? If not, then we'll wait for the director to return.
I think that's the first other black guy in the game other than Barrett. Okay, it's a slog. I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm going to turn and look to the left before I orient my body to the left, just to make sure that there's nothing there before I turn to the right. And I can't do that. I'm pretty sure there's nothing there. If there is, we'll get it on the way back. No, Rude is not black. He's just a bald white guy.
This it?
Who talks way too much. He shouldn't talk at all. In the original, he didn't talk much.
With my own eyes, sauntering down the corridor.
We don't have time.
Nobody
for
believes
this
him.
nonsense.
He was as close to me as you are now. The shock of it made me spill my tea.
Enough already. If there are intruders in the building, my men will deal with them.
But, Mr. President, sir, I swear to you...
Reeve?
Sir, I have the damage assessment for Sector 7, and I'm afraid the figures are catastrophic.
Spare us the doom and gloom. Was there anything else?
Well, sir, I've also drafted a
That will not be
reconstruction
needed.
plan for...
Not with the Ancient in our custody once more.
With respect, sir, I don't see how...
2 words, Reeve. Neo Midgar.
In their promised land, we will build a new Mako-powered metropolis.
Mr. President, we still don't know for sure that the Promised Land even...
That was a nice touch.
Professor Hojo.
The test results were within expectations. The specimen is somewhat lacking compared to her pure-blood mother, but for our purposes, she should more than suffice.
So she can lead us to the Promised Land?
Well, Mr. President, that remains to be seen. I would like your permission to secure her cooperation through more forceful means. Forceful, yet gentle. She is a precious resource that must be handled with care.
Personally, I've never had a problem with torture.
My armory is at your disposal should you require anything.
I had something more psychological in mind. Better to scar the psyche than mar the flesh.
Proceed as you see fit. However, you will not make the same mistake twice. Is that clear?
If I may, Mr. President, I have an idea how we might mitigate the risks. Simply put, we could have the Ancient reproduce. In the absence of a second specimen, we would need to identify an alternative mate. I would start with candidates from Soldier. These would, of course, include S and G types. Quite frankly, there's no telling what kind of properties a crossbred specimen might possess. So, what say you all?
If there is nothing else,
Mr. President!
meeting adjourned.
Please, sir!
Something stinks.
Okay, Hojo said it this time instead of Scarlet. Alright, let's keep going. Glad we didn't have to hike back.
Anything?
The man in the lab coat. Head of R&D. We follow him.
Okay. And then we kill the son of a bitch.
Not until he's led us to Aerith. That's the plan.
Hojo following minigame coming right up. Did you go over there just to sneeze?
Yeah.
How polite of you.
I don't recognize you. What department did you say you were from?
There he is. We are following Hojo.
Walking the halls of this very building, who would have believed it?
He believes it.
I wonder.
Hmm.
Were I to arrange a face-to-face, how I should like to meet their offspring. But that can wait. First, we must have answers.
He was talking about Sephiroth. Walking the halls of this very building. And then he is implying that Eris and Sephiroth would have offspring.
A simple psychoactive agent should suffice. Nothing likely to cause any long-term damage.
Let's go.
Right.
Cool. Only Hojo believes that Palmer was telling the truth. Alright, so we follow him up some stairs. Very good. He leaves the door open behind him. Very good. A treasure chest. I don't think we need the bench. Another treasure chest. Does that mean we're gonna start seeing combat soon? Okay.
So first, or perhaps instead.
Hojo's over there getting ideas.
This is definitely the one.
Don't move. I ain't bluffing.
Interesting.
A dozen bullets in your head, unless you open that door right now.
I mean, that's what he was gonna do anyway. Could've just followed him through. So in the original, we haven't actually talked with Hojo yet, but I don't think it changes anything. Actually,
yeah. What did they talk about in the original one?
Other things. They must have rearranged. They must have rearranged the order of some things here, and I wonder whether I shouldn't stop the video now and go play more of the original, and then come back for making for much shorter videos because there are no side missions yet. So it is 6:45. Yeah, we have time. I think I'm gonna do that. 20 more minutes of the original. Remembering to charge my controller this time. So see you in a few minutes. We're gonna go back to the original, play through a little bit, and then we'll come back here and continue the story in the remake.